RuneScape is a massive game with a lot of things to do, and there's a billion skills and activities to partake in, but they all require one thing: gold, baby. Gold is what makes the world go round, and one of the biggest moneymakers in history of this entire game was introduced with the God Wars dungeon. This is a little dungeon tucked away in the ass crack of the wilderness that has a gigantic hole of monsters, including General Gielinor himself, aka Bandos, the garage door. And I wanted to find out if General Gielinor is actually a pretty decent boss to kill for some easy cash, or is he nothing more than a gigantic noob trap in the big 2026. Hi, my name is Edimus. I like to play RuneScape, I like to make RuneScape videos, and if you're new around here, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Now sit back, relax, and grab a super combat potion too. Let's get right into it. But first, we gotta talk about the gear. I'm going to be going in with pretty much best in slot AFK slop, which is going to be full vestments, a Amulet of Souls, we have a Tumikin's Light, a Spike Harness, Zuck Cape, Cinderbanes. Not going to lie, I don't know if these things actually count for General Gielinor. I don't know if he's poisonable. I think he is. I'll put it on the screen if he actually is. A Luck of the Dwarves, because I believe the head chance is affected by the rarity chance, and I don't really have a ring that would work better in this scenario than this, and maybe we can make some money camping and getting some of the Bandos armor pieces as well. I wouldn't actually be opposed to getting 2 General Gielinor heads from this grind. It would be kind of nice. Inside of my inventory, we have Weapon Poison, Excalibur, the Spring Cleaner for alcohols, as well as some other utility stuff to make sure that I can stay in there as long as possible. We're going to be using the player-owned house here to make sure that I have my overload buff for an hour straight. You could end up making this a longer duration trip if you just bring the overloads with a potion reservoir unlocked at 115 invention, but I'm just going to be going with my good soup because I spent a lot of time getting these things set up anyways, so I want to make sure that I get the utility out of them. I believe it's this cauldron? Yes, sir. We're going to be going in with the Elder Overload salves. Probably don't even need that. I might just fill a regular potion cauldron with regular, but that's going to be the plan. The reason why I'm going in with the Tumikin's Light is primarily because it has a neat special attack where I'm going to be doing this primarily kind of low effort, pretty AFK, pretty chill, but it is a halberd, so you can attack other monsters while you're in there, and if I'm able to do some extra damage while punching out on Gielinor, I'm going to do that and see how much damage we can kill along with the minions, and possibly roll some altars, some rug pieces, and furniture pieces from the boss. But that's going to be the plan, to see how much money we can make, hunt ourselves some head, and see what we can do. We're going to be starting this beautiful trip off with 3,223 kills. I actually already have the Bandos log completed. I finished my log several years ago and haven't really been back to Bandos when it comes to like farming him because I don't have to. I finished the log already, and I have done some hard mode kills because I knew for Insane Final Boss, but there's very seldom reason for me to ever come back until now because of boss trophies being added into the player-owned house and me being a massive collector of all things in this game. I had to go back and slowly accumulate a gigantic slaughterhouse of dead people's heads. I already have the Kriara head and the Zilliana wings along with the Krill shoulder pad, leaving Bandos as my very last God Wars Dungeon 1 boss head to have. I wasn't really trying to hunt down this one because I kind of had a feeling that these were super rare, because when the player-owned house was released along with the boss trophies, the drop rates weren't out, and so I kind of avoided the ones I really didn't want, and that included General Gielinor. But now, because it's my last one, I have to go back. It is a 1 in 500 chance to be able to get his head, making one of the rarest drops on his drop table. The only thing rarer on his entire unique drop table is the pet drop, the Decaying Tooth, which is a 1 in 5,000 drop chance, or a 1 in 500 depending on how many kills that you have and you haven't gotten it. The start of the trip has been going rather smoothly. I'm trying to figure out the optimal spot to stand. So, like, when Gielinor spawns, he hits me first. Okay, but now I'm getting hit by this guy first. I want to make sure that I get the Chaos Roar on this guy. But it's not really panning out. It's not that big of a deal. It's maybe like 1 or 2 kill loss per hour. I'm not really worried about it. As long as it's chill and I'm not dying and I'm not losing kills per hour, in the term of like I'm dying, because then I'm not making any money, that's perfectly fine. Now, in terms of the loot, I do have the loot tracker up because I plan to try to see how many uniques and stuff we end up getting. Actually, it helps me see if I end up mixing anything when I'm AFK. But I'm probably not going to pick up everything. Like, who needs a combat potion 3 or a super strength potion in 2026, brother? Literally, somebody somewhere needs it, but not me. So we're going to just kind of pick up what we can. The alcohols and such are going to be broken down by the spring cleaner, so I'm not really worried about that either. But definitely going to be getting the furniture plan, so on and so forth, when we get for the loop. But these kills have been going pretty smoothly, man. I have penance. This is an aspect. You get it at level 67 inside of the ancient spellbook, which is amazing. 5% of the damage you take is restored as prayer points, which is really, really good because you can just use this aspect instead of penance powders, which are a whopping 687k. That is a gigantic hit to the bottom line. I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. So if I can maintain myself with using a full book and making sure that I can stay alive and keep soul split up, we're chilling. I'm also what is this? Oh, War Priest Greaves are very good. So these are hybrid armor, fantastic, tier 70. And because if you are at the higher levels, you may not need the hybrid armor anymore. You can actually just break these down for Bandos components. You can use that for like an easy, cheap devotion invention perk, which is awesome. Just makes it so that your devotion works 100%. Not too bad. Not too bad for the first start. And we're keep it pushing, man. See if we can get lucky. I need some head in my life, baby. Let's go. And there is our first Bandos rug of the trip. Beautiful, dude. And a collection log slot. Please don't mind the resolution of this clip. I was playing a different game and had RuneScape like crunched up on my vertical monitor, so please forgive me. I fixed it later, but like, it looks kind of goofy in the recording. Followed shortly by a brand new pair of snazzy pants, also called tassets. I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard the word tacet before this. RuneScape be teaching me all types of shit, and this is one of those. I didn't know tacets were a thing. We have crossed the 3,400 kill mark. Beautiful, making it about 167 kills so far that we've done. It's been pretty decent, man. I'll take it. Got some boots in the inventory, got some pants, gloves. Not too bad for a 1 and 378 drop chance. And I already have like 4 items. So this is actually pretty spooned when you think about the mathematics behind it. I will take it nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen. Now, just because Gielinor is 19 years old doesn't mean that he doesn't know how to fight daddy back. He was laying in some sweet haymakers and punching a fat hole into my cranium, and I had to contemplate and think about it for a few minutes inside of Death's office, but I got straight back to business. I'm not gonna lie though, every single time I die, it is about 950,000 gold pieces ripped out of my little black coin purse, and I was very, very upset to keep dying because it's like I'm not really making like a ton of cash here at Bandos because the tassets and the chest plate aren't necessarily the glory days of what they used to be. And I really want to minimize how much money I have to keep paying out because I want to at least make something, maybe come out positive in some way. Oh, a Bandos altar. Now, this one's actually pretty cool when you have it set up inside of the player-owned house, and it just looks sick. I'm very, very happy to get this one. Another collection slot down, dude. I'm very excited for when they finally introduce like the general collection log, which is just like not just things of like tied to a specific boss, but it's just like any collection log pop up that you get in the world. It was introduced with Heist, I think last year, and they haven't released it out yet, but I'm sure it's coming soon. But I'm very excited to see how many green logs that we got just because of just playing the game, which is really, very fun. But hey, another collection log, another Bandos altar, and very good to go. Dude, this is my 4th Bandos rug in one trip, which is kind of insane. They price check for 2.2 million gold, but because so many people have been farming out Bandos for the head trophy to put inside their house, I'm very curious to see how much this actually is. And with the new Grand Exchange update that actually shows true pricings for the last 10 trades, this will give me a good idea of how much these things are actually worth, or if I should just give them away in some capacity. All right, boys. I have completed a grand total. Let me tell you, a fat total of I think like 260 garage doors and clocked in a total of at least 7 deaths. I cannot tell you how I have achieved this feat and how you can replicate that level of drip and or destruction. But I will say, do as I say, but don't do as I do. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect to die that many times. I don't think my ability bar was optimized well enough. But hey, we actually got a pretty decent haul on these first few hours. I got done playing 8 League of Legends games, ranked by the way, and ended up with a number of deaths and a big ass inventory full of a lot of loot. So I think I'm gonna wrap up there though. It is late for me. It's 10:45 in the evening. So I think I'm gonna wrap up there. Not too bad. Garage Door has not provided me much on this first one. Lies. Look at this inventory full of loot and booty. But unfortunately, dude, these prices on these gloves and these boots, abysmal, dog. 88K, 95K. I couldn't wipe my ass with that amount of coins. But thankfully, the Bandos Tacits and I think the Hill are worth something at least. These rugs price check for 2.2. This altar's at 3.4. I think the altar's kind of accurate. I highly doubt that the rugs are accurate because people have been farming this boss just like I have. So I don't think these are going to be ending up selling for as much, but not too bad. We'll take it. We'll take it, boys. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. I have decided to try and use magic instead in full Crypt Bloom, and this should give me way better melee defense, and I think this will make sure that I stay alive a lot longer, maybe even give me a couple faster kills, because this is also tier 100 gear as well. Got the replica arums on. It's pretty fire with the little Zuck cape on the back, dude. Looks good. I'm going to give it a shot. So we got a couple hours of free time. Let's see what we can get. Hopefully, we can pick up that head soon. Maybe some more drops, make a little bit more money. And I realized this is actually going to be my very last God Wars Dungeon 1 trophy because I already have Krill, I already have Zilliana, and I also picked up Kree recently because I've been grinding that one out too. And amazingly, I was able to pick that bad boy up. So this will make the trifecta in terms of my beautiful little hunt for the God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses, and that'll wrap that bad boy up. So I'm very, very excited for that one, and realizing that gave me a little bit more motivation to want to get this trophy done. So that'll be very, very exciting. Wow, that was my 3500 Grottor too, dude. I wasn't expecting to get that right now. I was just adjusting my settings and messing with the skyboxes, so that's actually pretty decent to see. We'll take that, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, our first little drop of the day, just some more Bandos components. I'm actually kind of curious to see how many we have in total. We currently have 46 Bandos components. These are, again, really good for those invention perks. Just gonna break that down real quickly. And we're also gonna be spending our freaking Wars Marks. I'm really tired of seeing these things because you get Wars Marks to unlock stuff inside the shop. As you can see, I'm maxed out at 250K and I can't toggle it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy 100 of these life refreshes and use all of my marks because I already have all the unlocks, and boom. Now we have 100 life refreshes, which means we can end up just continuously dying for the defense perk, dude. It's very, very nice. But I don't actually use it because I don't use the what's it called, the life-saving thing to save my life when I need it, because it resets my adrenaline. So I think if I die at any point in a boss fight, I deserve it, and I shouldn't have the privilege to keep fighting it. So I always make sure that I don't have the defense perk where it revives you up, because I just don't like using it. I think it messes with a lot of things. Well, tickle me pink and fuck me on Tuesday. Look at that. God Sword Shard 2. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful piece of weaponry right here. Assembled. I don't think I've ever made a God Sword, to be super honest with you, but, I mean, I'll take a shard regardless, even though it's, like, not the shard that I'm usually looking for, or want. I don't think anybody wants a shard, like, actually. But a shard of Genesis, though, ooh, that sounds good. That'd be a fun video. Like, 10 hours in the Contra, look for some trophies, dude? Ooh, don't get me started. Don't tempt me with a good time. Yo, a Bandos helmet, baby. Let's go. Okay, I don't think this is worth much at all, though. 75K. Okay, so that just means that the chest plate, the tassets, and the hilt are the only thing worth, like, money, apparently. Because those are the augmentable items, because the hilt makes a sword, and then the chest plate and the leg can be augmented and broken down. It's like one of the most popular ways to train invention in the early levels, because it's just easy, you get the most XP, and it's super cheap. Now, when I was doing it, it was like 20 mil to be able to get that kind of stuff. So, I mean, that's great for the folks that are training invention, but terrible for the folks like me who are trying to make some coin, dude. But I think we've made at least like 6 mil so far. I haven't gotten the chest plate yet. I think that's the last thing that we need, actually. Which, to be honest, in like, I think maybe 300 kills, That's kind of good. That's almost log in 300 kills. Just wrapped up that first hour with the new mage setup. Got 1 drop and 3 pieces of war priest. Dude, 3,500 kills with 78 kills in that hour, which is actually way better than I anticipated when I started doing this with magic. So that's pretty good. I'll keep rocking with this. I didn't die. I didn't have any problems. I threw on penance instead. I was using vampirism when I started. But the Crypt Bloom melee defense is incredible. I'm sitting here feeling like an absolute tank, baby. It's pretty decent, so. Oh, shit! We got a new pair of pants! Look at those Bandos tassets, baby! Let's go! I think I already got a pair of tassets, though. Not too shabby, man. Look at that. 700k. Dude, you guys training invention are eating too good right now, bro. Because I paid so much money when I was doing these. Oh my god. Okay, but that's a tassets down. Very happy to see it. We'll take it, dude. Nonetheless, not too bad. I think this is like half an hour. Yeah, we're about half an hour, a little over half an hour into the last hour that I started here. So not too bad, not too bad. Changed the outfit again. Got to looks max all the time. Can't be out here looking like a bum. So we're just chilling, boys. Not too shabby. Oh my lord, he has given me the gift of mittens. Some Bandos gloves, baby. Not too shabby. What's the kill count looking at like right now? I think we got a lot of garage doors slayed right now. Looking like we got 3,661. Not too shabby, baby. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Still no head though, dude. I think over 400 kills, a little over 400 kills now. Oh man, this guy's he's being stingy like Kriara. I went like 1,000 kills of Kriara without getting a head drop, dude. So that was way more profitable than this stuff. But oh man, that's unfortunate. I might go for a second Kriara head because it actually looks pretty cool in the house. And Kriara is my favorite boss here, so who knows? Well, look here. We got ourselves a Bandos hilt, baby. This is actually a very cool looking item in the inventory. Love seeing this little thing. Looks pretty decent, dude. But I was actually looking at my collection log here. So I've been looking for a Bandos chest plate because it's like the most expensive item you can get here. I think it's like 2.2 mil or something. And I realized, dude, I've only gotten 2 of these in these 3,700 kills so far. I think actually when I was going for the log here, it was my last item. I've gotten 8 Bandos tassets, bro. That's diabolical to go this dry on this guy when it comes to getting my next chest plate. I know there's some people that actually go more than 4,000 kills for a chest plate, but I mean, I think I have a little bit of complaining room for now at least, but we're still just looking for the head. The head did come out after I got log. I started at that 3,200 KC, and we're about almost approaching the drop rate. I think it's 1 in 500 or something for the headpiece here. So hopefully we can pick it up soon because we're closing up on that 10-hour mark that I think I want to wrap up at. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I think my time for today has wrapped up for Grottor, man. We are at 3,728 kills. I think that puts us at about just over 200 kills in the last like 2.5 hours. So that's not too bad. We've gotten some loot. We haven't really made that much. Still missing the chest plate to fill out the full set. And then still no luck on his gigantic cranium to hang over my kitchen sink. We are on to the final hour of General Grottor, dude. I think I want to round off at 4,000. That's a fat, beautiful number to end up at. And I think that would push us to about the 10-hour mark that I'm trying to hit for this video. But we are still headless and haven't gotten that many good drops. We managed to get that war shield, which is really, really decent. But, I mean, well, not really decent. It's like dog shit. 60k, but I mean, copium is copium, right? So we'll see if we can possibly get this last piece. And then, oh man, I really hope I don't gotta come back here. As much as I love General Grottor and his stupid little fat chud sons, I think I'm done with Big Bro. I think I'm ready to move on. But let's see if we can finally get the last piece of the God Wars Dungeon trophy and get very lucky, man. And do a beautiful little price check. I want to see how much money we actually made. Oh, 4,000 General Grottor, dude. Oh my golly, that is a stupendous feat by me, and I will never ever come back here. That is a damn lie, because dude, we still haven't gotten this pet, this stupid little head drop, man. I really didn't think that I would go this dry on this, but it's kind of rough, and you guys are lucky, because I'm gonna keep editing this video until I actually have this thing done, because I would like to get this head drop, man. Oh my god, we finally got the chest plate, baby. Oh, look at that on the ground. Look how clean that looks, dude. Damn. Even after all these years, man, that looks too good, baby. Look at that. I don't know how that thing fits on him, and then it's there on the ground. Like, I don't know. That thing looks so good on the ground. Oh, my lord. Oh, and it looks cool in the inventory, dude. Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the price check. Here we are inside the humble abode next to the trophy I ended up not receiving, and the trophy that I love dearly, Kriara's head. Hopefully we'll be able to get Bandos' head soon enough. But let's do a quick little breakdown on how many kills per hour I got, on top of how much money I made per hour with all the uniques, and cross-referencing that with the actual true prices on the Grand Exchange. So in total, we ended up with 4,100 kills and a total 4,145 General Growler kills, starting at 3,223. This means we killed 902 of a General Garage Door. Not too bad, not the best kills per hour. You can definitely get better kills per hour if you're actively killing him, or if you use a different method. I did what was best for me. Do whatever you may please. Now, for the actual uniques and the common drops, we got a bunch of items. I didn't kill anything else in the midst of all these kills, and I got a large amount of common loot that I admittedly did not really pick up. Notable items that I always like to pick up, though, are the Crimson Charms. We got 100 Crimson Charms along with 160 Blue Charms. These are very good, especially the Blue Charms, because you can convert those into the Ancient Summoning Pouches like Calgarians, Ripper Demons, really making a decent price injection if you end up making those pouches and capturing those demons. We ended up with 1,123 magic logs, 33,000 steel darts. Not sure why you're using that many damn darts, but there's a lot of them in that. And 570 chili potatoes. You'll never go hungry again with the dung hole that is the garage door, because I don't know why he's got chili potatoes sitting in his back pocket. Now let's do the final price check. We ended up with a total of 25 mil in that 15 hours, being heavily carried by the Bandos rugs, which are price checking at 2.2 mil, and the altars at 3.4 mil, making them actually the most expensive item in here. The Bandos chest is 727k, those Bandos tassets are 732k, with the boots, gloves, and the war shield and the hilt. Dude, these ones are looking abysmal. 91k, 87k, 60k, 75k helmet. Only got one helmet, by the way. Kind of wild. We actually got every single shard that we need. Got God Shard 1, 2, and 3. And admittedly, this is kind of bad. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. I want to see what these are actually trading for. We also ended up with 3 effigies as well, giving us 3 chances at the Effie pet. And let's do a quick check at the Grand Exchange for how much these items are actually selling for. The Bandos chestplate is actually selling for above mid at 935k. 1.4 mil, actually. Whoa, double what it was supposed to be. Hold on. Get rid of my coins here. Don't need those with me. So the Bandos tassets says it's above at 1 mil. Sold one for 791k. We'll let that slow sell. The Bandos, so everything appears to be selling above mid as of now for the last trades, except the Bandos boots. Those ones are trading less. The Bandos gloves are showing to be a mid price of 87k, but a sell price of 91k. Cool, that's sold. And then I actually really want to see, the rugs are 2.2 mil and the altars 3.4, and they're actively selling for 12k. Let's see if I can sell it for 1 gold. Oh my god, they actually sold for 17k. That is abysmal, dude. And the rugs are at 5K, dude. Oh my god. 2GP? Absolutely amazing. But if you are looking for stuff to put in your house, that is crazy easy money, dude. That's stupendous. And then I highly doubt these ones are sell normally for that, but that is pretty rough. If these hilts and if the rest of these end up selling a little bit above, we should end up at about 11 million gold in total over those 15 hours. So general garage door definitely does not end up being good money, especially for people who are coming in and in the mid game. They're really good if you're trying to get your first set of armor and you need something to use. I think that Bandos would end up being a decent power armor for you at level 70, but I would not try and go to General Growdor and make money there. There are way better ways to make more money that are more consistent, and I really recommend not coming here for that kind of thing. Even though he's a really notorious boss, he's really interesting to see. I don't recommend doing it for money. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end. And if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to subscribe and leave a like. We're getting super close to 10K by the end of the year. Big shout out to the YouTube channel members and all the Twitch subs who support me during this time. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're looking for any other loot from videos, check out one of these. All right, catch you later. Bye.